What's going on, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of Hoop Talks. If you haven't already, do me a favor and smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. The support will be greatly appreciated. So it's been reported that Kyrie Irving is opting into his $36.5 million option with the Brooklyn Nets for next season. And in normal Kyrie fashion, he left us with some wannabe philosophical quote saying, "Normal people keep the world going, but those who dare to be different lead us into tomorrow. I made my decision to opt in. See you in the fall." Now, initially, it was reported that Kyrie and the Nets were at an impasse regarding conversations on a max contract extension, which led way for Kyrie to test the open market. The negotiations weren't going anywhere, so Kyrie had created a list of teams, including the Lakers, Clippers, and Knicks, that he would have liked the Nets to consider with working on a sign and trade deal should they not agree on terms for him to stay in Brooklyn. But the problem was, the Los Angeles Lakers were the only team known to be interested. So without the ability to find a sign and trade deal, Irving plans to exercise his player option, sources confirmed, and he has until 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday to file the paperwork to opt in. Kyrie is now no longer eligible for a sign and trade deal. The Nets could still work to trade him as an expiring contract, but Irving would have no formal voice in the potential landing spot. He has until June 30th of next year to work out an extension with the Nets before becoming an unrestricted free agent. Kyrie averaged 27.4 points, 5.8 assists, 4.4 rebounds this season, but played in only 29 regular season games. By deciding not to get vaccinated against COVID-19, Kyrie was ineligible to play in New York City for much of the season because of a city vaccination mandate for employees, and the Nets resisted having him as a part-time player until January. Now, when he did play, Irving reminded everyone just how talented he still is, as evidenced by a stretch in March and April when he scored at least 40 points in 4 games, including 60 during a March 15 win over the Orlando Magic. There were usually large gaps in between when he could play, until New York City Mayor Eric Adams reversed course in late March and allowed a vaccination exemption for athletes and performers. Kyrie played in all 4 games of the Nets' first round loss to the Boston Celtics in the playoffs. A 7-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA selection, Kyrie has averaged 27.1 points, 6 assists while shooting 49% from the field and 40.6% from 3 over the past 3 seasons. But due to a variety of injuries and other issues off the floor, he has played in just 103 regular season games over that span. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. Hopefully they can agree on some sort of contract by next season, because with Kevin Durant already locked in for 4 years, I have no doubt that if Kyrie and the Nets do not work on a contract extension by next year and Kyrie walks in free agency, Kevin Durant will leave and you will have a Brooklyn Nets squad with Ben Simmons and a bunch of role players. But we'll definitely keep you guys covered and see what happens. So in other news, after agreeing to a buyout with the Houston Rockets, it's been reported that John Wall plans to sign a free agent deal with the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, John Wall, who was due $47.4 million from the Rockets after exercising the player option for the final year of his contract, agreed to take $6.5 million less to become a free agent, a source told ESPN. Now, that amount of money is around a taxpayer mid-level exception, which Wall could receive once he is able to negotiate a deal with the Clippers. The Rockets wanted to reach an agreement with John Wall before free agency began to maximize his options in selecting his next team, which was honorable in my opinion. Now, to piggyback on this whole saga, the Rockets and John Wall reached a mutual decision for the veteran guard not to play last season with Houston in the early stages of a rebuild. The Rockets instead prioritized the development of young guards like Kevin Porter Jr. and Jalen Green, so Wall did not fit in the franchise's plans despite his $44.3 million salary. He averaged 20.6 points, 6.9 assists in 40 games for the Rockets in 2021, proving he could still perform at a high level after missing the previous season and a half because of a heel surgery and torn Achilles tendon. He spent parts of last season with the Rockets participating in practices and sitting on the bench during games, and also trained on his own in Miami for the rest of the time. But before all this came into play, John Wall was traded to Houston along with a future first-round pick for Russell Westbrook in December of 2020 after spending the first 11 years of his career with the Washington Wizards, who selected him number 1 in the 2010 draft. The Rockets considered themselves contenders at the time, but the franchise drastically changed directions when former MVP James Harden forced a trade early in the 2021 season. John Wall, who has career averages of 19.1 points and 9.1 assists, would fill the Clippers' need for a playmaker on a team that has championship aspirations, with Kawhi Leonard returning after missing the 2022 season while recovering from a partially torn ACL in his right knee. Reggie Jackson averaged 16.8 points, 4.8 assists as LA starting point guard last season, and the Clippers were ultimately eliminated in the play-in game and also went 42-40 that season. Now, news of John Wall's potential signing with the Clippers improved the team's odds as he's a sportsbook to win the NBA title. LA now has the third shortest odds at plus 700 to win the title, which is crazy to say for a Clippers team. Now, if Wall can be quickly acclimated into this Clippers system, plus a healthy Leonard and George for a full season, then we could be looking at the next big three in the NBA. Now, there's still a long ways to go before these scenarios play out, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section. As always, don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed, and as always, I will see you in the next one.